Water must be protected, with 75% support of Amendment 1. The National Academy of Sciences' most recent assessment of the Everglades has told us that we're facing irreversible damage unless we move quickly. The governor is leading you. The people are asking you. The ecosystem needs you to buy land in the EAA this year. I do just want to remind you that the option to purchase U.S. sugar land that's on the table is not by the environmental community's design. The Everglades Coalition did not get together and write a plan and bring it to you and say, we demand you do this. This was a deal negotiated by district staff and is in fact an opportunity that the district and the people of Florida paid for because the district sought an option for storage south of the lake, and this plan is it.
Thank you, Karen.
If a better option did exist, it would have been presented by now.
I have to let you get 2 minutes so that we treat it.
Sierra Club is asking that you schedule a special meeting. It's not, it can't even wait for another month of inaction. We're asking you to schedule a meeting immediately to address this issue. Because time is running out. To purchase the 46,000 acres by October requires action now. We need water storage to build a reservoir to clean and send the water south. And this is a way of sending water south in a more effective manner than any other means. The health of the Indian River and the Caloosahatchee River estuaries are at stake. Everglades restoration is at stake. South Florida's economy is at stake. And we have Amendment 1 money. This would seem to trump pretty much any other consideration. And if I am wrong, and if I'm not seeing something, I'd like to understand what the calculus is. So, a public forum would be very helpful in helping the public understand the better way forward. And certainly, what we hear from our membership is that people want the opportunity to have this discussion. Thank you.
You know that CERC requires 360,000 acre-feet of storage south of the lake. You know that there is the land originally planned for storage is now being used for SDAs. You know that CERC can't function without 360,000 acre-feet of storage south of the lake. And you know that the option to buy the 46,000 acres from U.S. Sugar runs out in October. The elephant in the room today is the U.S. sugar option. Is there any plausible excuse for not acting? We have heard that we'll see how things roll out. If we wait, they won't roll out. If you have not acted soon, the legislature has not acted by May, you will not meet the October deadline. We've heard that we might negotiate a better deal. We heard that same thing 2 years ago when the fixed price option was not acted on, nothing happened. We're looking at all options. There are no other options. We're waiting for the U.S. study. The U.S. study is about design. It's not about whether you need 360,000 acre-feet of storage south of the lake and the land to put it on. We're going to finish the projects we've started. Those are great projects. We support them. They're not worth doing if you don't buy that land now. What's the hurry? Irreversible damage and irrevocable damage. There is no plausible excuse for not acting. Would we put the state's money at risk? It's our Everglades, folks. It's our Florida, folks. I hope we would put some money at risk to make sure it's safe and restored. Buy the land, send the water south. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
To discuss a matter of highest importance. An opportunity exists to make a purchase of land that will provide us and you the leverage needed to end the unnatural discharges inflicted upon two of South Florida's most important estuaries. You know all the reasons that this is right because you've watched our elected state government as it continues to ignore solutions as a matter of deliberate policy, putting corporate profits before the rights and needs, both economically and health-wise, of the citizens. We must buy the offered land, all 46,000 plus acres. Our governor has betrayed the citizens of South Florida by proposing a $5 billion delay in solving the obscene, unnatural discharges east and west. He does not intend to buy the land. This board has the legal right to issue bonds and a moral obligation to demand that the governor buy this land. You, right here, can make the difference. You can be the solution. Would you grant to have your service on this board mean more than rubber stamping the worst environmental policies our state has ever seen? We need you to stand up for the rights of the folks in this room and the other 7 million out there that depend upon clean water in your district. Stand up for something other than corporate profits. Stand up for today, for the future, your future, and the future of your descendants. Stand up to this betrayal and demand that the governor buy this land. How many citizens are represented by the resolutions to buy this land? Easily over 1 million. So, the big question is, will you ignore us too? Will you ignore our pleas? Will you ignore our needs? Do you have the courage and the moral fiber to stand tall and demand to be part of the solution? Your life legacy is at hand. History will judge you harshly if you don't call us out. We understand the terror. We do. This governor is vindictive. Good Lord, but getting fired by this governor is a badge of honor. It means you stood for something good and anyway, leave as hero.
You go someplace else. We're here for the water. It's common sense. Please, use some common sense. Stop the bullshit, grow some balls, buy the land.
A Treasure Coast resident who advocated for and voted for the funding of the EAA land purchase to help CERC and SET by voting yes and working for Amendment 1. It's crucial that you set and notice a special meeting ASAP and fully consider the EAA October 5th land purchase option. The health of the Everglades is at stake, which is the Florida economy and Florida environment. Not only does Amendment 1 specifically include the EAA as purchase as a proper use of the money, but it got 75% of the statewide votes, and you hear today thousands of people specifically care about this option. Also, Everglades Coalition with 50 environmental groups and other advocacy groups put the U.S. purchase of this U.S. sugar purchase on this on their 2015 top priority. River Coalition and Martin County have made a resolution. We don't have many resolutions, but it's a resolution to please proceed on this option. Please listen to the science and communities and voters and set in motion the special meeting to get this moving. We need to get it to the Tallahassee for budgeting. We need to protect the millions and billions that we've already spent Florida taxpayer monies on other projects that won't really be useful without this. It's a once-in-a-lifetime cliff. Please, less rate and more throttle. The residents have carried the CERC this far, and we need your help to keep carrying it. The topic will be lots of conversations, whether you proceed with the residents or not. We need you to not worry about the PR and BS about it being federal fault if we don't exercise the option. It will be yours. Thank you very much.
18 billion gallons of discharges from Lake Okeechobee have been delivered to the coastal community. Just for context, that's about enough water to provide Martin County for 21 months with their water supply. That's only been effective enough to take about an inch of water off of the lake. A reservoir in the EAA that would be built on the land that's available for purchase could take nearly a foot of water off the lake. There is consensus about the need for storage south of the lake. This contract is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's set to expire on your watch. You have the power to provide a solution. The governor has talked about the need for storage, and just last week called for efforts to start planning. We ask that you seize this opportunity to give the legislature the information they need to start. Please direct your staff to retain an appraisal and send it to the Florida legislature so decision makers there can start to begin the process of implementing a real and permanent solution.
Fish in these estuaries with a fly rod, or any other tackle for that matter, you damn well better buy that land, and I mean it. Thank you.
Good morning. I wasn't intended to speak today, but this is an intensely personal issue for me. I've been working, I'm here representing myself today. I've worked with a lot of different groups and agencies. I've sat on the rack. I've been through probably more readings in 42 years. most people have a right to sit through. But I've worked in Biscayne, I've worked in the Keys, I watched Florida Bay turn green, and I lived for 5 years in what is now a hammock in Everglades National Park. Rod Waters was instituted when I was riding my family in and out there on high-wheel buggies to get them in and out to get groceries. I've seen a lot of this. There's a lot of things that people can make excuses for and say, well, we can't do this or we can't do that. I worked 35 years working in government institutions and agencies. It takes political will, but it also takes the want to. My dad used to tell me a long time ago, can't never could do a damn thing. So I don't want to hear what we can't do. I'd really like to urge this group to take Manley's recommendations and take some of the other folks that have appeared here today's recommendations and move forward with bringing this back to the public in a special meeting so that it can be discussed openly with staff and whoever. This is a tough issue. There aren't any easy answers here. There are only hard questions. But I know that all the work that I've been working throughout all of this system, every time I go to a meeting, I hear storage. If you don't have land, you can't store squat. So it's really important, and I urge you to show the political will and to show the leadership and move forward on land acquisition and do it in a way that represents all the people and brings the political process to bear. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Eileen, followed by Richard Geisinger, and then Mark Perry.
Thank you all for taking the time to listen to us, the public. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm a grandma, and I want to tell you about my grandkids. My oldest is 15, and the youngest, 2, are 3 years old. They have been deprived the privilege to play in our waterway. They have been to many, many public events and rallies telling people to listen, save our rivers, save our water. Who doesn't need water? It needs to be clean. They've been deprived. They don't have the childhood memories that everybody in this room enjoyed at one time or another. I'm beginning to wonder if my grandchildren are ever going to enjoy the fun in the river. That can't be brought back. If you do not purchase this land, it will not happen. The Everglades will not happen like the turtle. Stick your neck out. And I can promise you that we will have your backs. We will support you. The people that the government is supposed to be for. You have a responsibility to the public to make this work. We all have budgets. We all have problems trying to get it all done. You're messing with the innocence of the future world. They're playing video games instead of playing in a river, having a crab race. We had a list of things to do that we have been unable to do with my 3-year-old grandsons. The older ones had the opportunity. That opportunity is not there now.
Support Amendment 1. We did that for 2 reasons. One is because it was frankly the right thing to do. And second of all, the steward of our county, as most of you know that have been there, this was a terrible economic setback for us to have these discharges. It not only affected the environment, of course, but it affects businesses, it affects fishing, it affects the economic base of our county. So we had some public meetings. We brought it to the attention of a lot of people that didn't know about it, and we supported it. A couple of statistics that are interesting. Most of you probably know this. Florida just surpassed New York with being the 3rd most populated state in the Union. On top of that, we have the 2nd largest shoreline in the Union of the United States, second only to Alaska. Third is that we are the second, tied for the 2nd lowest state in terms of elevation. When you combine all those things together, you have a tremendous pressure on our natural resources and, of course, on our freshwater system. We just published an article in the Stewart News. I think maybe I hope it got passed out to you all. We are very disappointed that the governor did not come out and make a little bit clear that the option could be considered. And I guess that falls back to this governing board. It may mean that you need to step up to the leadership position. I don't know why he didn't do that. He should have at least mentioned it. We thought it was very important. I'd like you to pay attention to the coalition that is up in Tallahassee in supporting Amendment 1 and the direction that these monies should go. We know that, look, Mother Nature makes very few mistakes, and that water headed south for hundreds and thousands of years. Please continue to let it do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ricky. Next up is Mark Perry.
Followed by Martha Musgrove, and then the last public speaker on this item, Jerry Bushra.
Good morning. Yes, Mark Perry, Executive Director of Florida Ocean Graphic Society. You know, in 2010, this board made that really monumental decision to go ahead and purchase that 27,000 acres in the UAA that was part of that. But this board also in that time made that decision to approve a 10-year kind of multi-phase option. And I know some of you might have not been on the board at the time, so I have a handout that went out to kind of describe that and also describe kind of how the, you know, how that option that's coming up at 46,800 acres, which is this October option coming up, needs to be done and needs to be moved quickly, and why the reasons are. And many of those you've heard before. Also in that packet, though, there's 4 resolutions by the Everglades Coalition representing 56 organizations, the Rivers Coalition representing 74 organizations, and Martin County and the City of Stewart. 4 resolutions from different entities to support this land purchase. So it's important that you look at those and you understand that, you know, this is an important step for the state. And we've used some of those lands that we've already purchased in the EAA. We've exchanged some of those lands to do restoration strategies, to expand SDA 1 West. We've already restored some of this 139 section. So those are being used right now. So this next purchase has got to be used too. The state defended the change in land use of those lands in the sector plan last year, and said to the state agency, we must not change those because they're important for future land use. So this is an overwhelming, you know, the economic impacts and environmental impacts to our area, as you know, are overwhelming. The only way we can move water south and stop these damaging discharges and have enough storage, conveyance, and treatment of water to move south is not in the Central Everglades Plan, it's not in SEP, it's in this plan to buy this land, because we need the land to get this project done and move the water south. Thank you.